Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. So we're working on this Jeep Wrangler now, and I'll show it to you in a second. And I've been given this remote control, and as you see, it's been through hell and back. So I've popped it open, and what I found was on the circuit board here, this little part here, if you can see that, has come off. It normally sits on there and is soldered onto the board, but it's come off. A lot of corrosion around the terminal as well. And this remote is working on a circuit board transponder. So I was going to start by replacing the key, replacing the battery, but I don't think we're going to need to. So it's a CR2032 for this Chrysler remote key like this one. So what we're going to do is I've generated a new transponder here using a PCF 7936, and I've done it under CAN bus here, Chrysler. So Chrysler CAN bus 36, and I've generated it, and we've already done that. It's come up with that. That's using the VVI key tool. Now what I was going to do is I was going to try and program it into the car. Because this is a circuit board transponder, it needs a battery to be in there, and whatever this little chip does, you know, it's not really going to work. I was able to read the key, but for some reason I couldn't do the sniff function, so it might just be easier just to try and program in a new transponder and then stick it in a key shell and get the car moving that way. The other option is I could try and do a clone of this key. The problem is I can't do the sniff function, so I think just putting in a new one's going to be easier. So I'm going to try and use the Lonsdor and see how we go with that. Okay, it's pretty hot today. The BD port just down there. Okay, that's in tight, that's good. Just don't have power connected. It's like 36, so I'm not going to be jumping in this car. See if we can program this. So what I've done here is I've removed the remote and everything, so it's just basically a key blade, and I'm just going to put the transponder in there as well. See if we can program it now. Sometimes you can auto pin read it, sometimes you can't, and I'm really hoping you can. So let's see. So this is a Jeep Wrangler, I don't know, 2010, 2013, something along those lines. CB on the side, manual, 6-speed, full drive. Slightly worn, carpet's looking a bit rough. What I also noticed is there's no compliance stickers. Like I checked the doors, checked under the bonnet, I could not find a compliance sticker, so that was a little bit annoying because I always like to know exactly what I'm working on. Okay, immobilizer. Okay, there we are, Jeep. Immobilizer, type 3 CAN, yes, read pin code, come on. So these aren't, I'm not very familiar with these cars because they're not Australian, and I'm assuming it comes under Chrysler. We'll start to read pin code. Okay, do that, thank you. Communication failed, make sure the ignition is on. Okay, well, we don't have that on. Okay, 43 degrees in here. Oh, hang on, what did it say? Did the door need to be closed? Read pin code. Okay. Add key. Battery power is good. Insert the key to be added and switch the ignition on. So we're just going to put that transponder chip in there, sit it in there. Enter pin code, cancel. So we didn't get pin code, okay. Let's try again. Read pin code, okay. Get pin code or immobilize on failure, okay. Key count, can we communicate with it? Current key count 2, okay. Exiting. Okay, can't even roll down the window. Alright, so we can't read the pin. functions. To add, delete, repin code for key count. Okay, so we've done all that. Operations, program, pin code. Okay, close. We don't have the bloody pin code. Let's try a different system just in case. Read pin code. Read pin code. Turn ignition on. Get pin code from mobile file. Ignition on. Okay. Type 2 then. Maybe it's an older one. Read pin code. Turn ignition on. 1637. Okay. Add key. Insert the key and push ignition on. Pin code automatically puts it in. Okay. Make sure it's correct. Okay. Configure system. Program incomplete. It's making a lot of beeping. Okay. Exiting. So it's actually system 2 when it came up on the system 3 on the instructions. Okay. So let's wait for that to jump out. Let's do that. Alright. Moment of truth. Being a manual, it's always good to jump in. Put your foot on the clutch, one on the brake. And she's alive! So, what have we learnt today? Let's just go back over this. Well, I'm going to have to recut this on a nice one, and at least that'll drive the car, but won't be able to use a remote. That's another problem for another day. Just getting car going is what we're done. So this is a immobilizer Jeep selection type 2 can. It should have been type 3, but I got it on type 2. It did read the pin, so I'm a very happy person today. Key count should probably be 3. First key was probably lost, second key was destroyed as you saw, and that was a transponder chip on the circuit board, so the whole remote's gone. At least now we've got a key. Then it can be cloned as well, so that's what I found it undone. We used Lonsdor, so it didn't cost us anything in tokens today. If I had have done it with the Smart Pro, it would have probably cost me a token to read the pin and another token to program it. So, and I'll quickly show you under the bonnet because I found it to be quite interesting. Don't want to lose anything there. Okay, so there's no VIN plate, there's no build date, nothing that I can see around this car. So that was interesting, so I couldn't identify the model because I don't know where the plate is. Also, have a look at this battery. Leave it in the comment if you want to make a comment. I've got a few comments. Okay. Let's pack that away. So now, all we have to do to make this gold is put this in a new shell, put the chip in, and we're good to go. Okay. Let's go with B. Sorry, D. No shoulder. Okay, so door test, beautiful. Alright, so this is the big test now. I don't like to push this all the way in until I've actually checked it. So the key blank here we're using is CY24TE, into the ignition, foot on the brake, clutch in, out of gear, and it's starting. No light on the dash, nope, still 94,000. Our key is working. Putting it back into first gear, clutch off, handbrake on, we're good. So that's repairing a Chrysler and programming. Thanks for watching.